Welcome back to Hannity and Colmes. We continue now with the author of what is destined to be a New York Times bestseller, Godless, the Church of Liberalism, Ann Coulter. Democratic strategist Laura Schwartz is with us. You know, I understand liberals are outraged basically at everything Ann Coulter does.
And Republicans.
I get that. But let me ask you this question. When Jack Murtha says that civilians are being killed in cold blood before an investigation is complete, if somebody says George Bush failed to protect my husband on 9/11 and that he let Osama bin Laden go, I read the quotes of Cindy Sheehan, are they equally as outrageous in your mind, or is Ann far worse?
I think Ann's far worse. I think hitting people who are mourning is just the lowest of the low. I mean, Sean, has any Republican come out to support her?
You don't think it's low to say, without an investigation complete, that our Marines killed civilians in cold blood, or that it's equally as bad?
From the information that Jack Murtha had from the commanders,
you don't know what he has. The investigation is not complete. John Kerry said our troops are going in the homes of innocent Iraqis and terrorizing women and children. Is that bad in your view, or is it just this?
They were terrorizing women and children. They were told to go in at the middle of the night and point their guns at them. What they're doing. That should be the Iraqis' job.
If only I had a tragedy.
Well, I guess, and it's okay to call the president a lying bastard, murderous liar, evil maniac, filth spewer, and he's also Adolf Hitler, and that gets a pass.
What about the widows, harpies that could be divorced?
Now, maybe, Ann, can you not concede that maybe you shouldn't have talked on the personal side? Stick to the facts.
No, it is the facts, because that's the point I'm making.
Explain it then.
That they are enjoying their celebrity status, that they're using their husband's death to go appear in Vanity Fair, be written up by Gail Sheehy, cut campaign commercials for Kerry. I think they are enjoying their celebrity status based on their husband's death.
What about,
and I'm fed up with the human shields that we can't respond to, as she just
on point though. But you say, well, maybe their husband should have divorced them.
No, I did not say that. That's what my point.
May have.
Why? If what I say is so outrageous, why won't people get the quotes right?
Explain the quote in detail.
I am saying that because their entire public status, their celebrity status, is based on their husbands dying, it becomes a relevant question at that point. Maybe their husbands were about to divorce them. If that's your only claim,
you have no idea.
I didn't say that I know it.
It's a ridiculous supposition.
It's not a supposition. It's the point that if that's what your celebrity status is based on, if that's what your celebrity status is based on, then that becomes a relevant point. How do we know they weren't about to be divorced?
Here's my question.
And then their celebrity status just disappears.
Here's what bothers me. John Kerry can accuse our troops of being terrorists. Jack Murtha can call our troops murderers of civilians in cold blood. Cindy Sheehan can call the president a Nazi and a lying bastard. And you see selective moral outrage by people on the left.
Right,
wait a minute. They're all mad at you.
Yes,
but yet they are utterly silent.
That.
And you love it. But they are utterly silent when these outrageous remarks are made on a daily basis. And I'm just wondering, why is it this big outrage about you and not about them?
Oh, because I write a book, they get outraged. Everyone has a good time.
You like the outrage Ukraine. Let me go to Laura for a second. Let me go to Laura for a second.
And that is the men you mentioned, Murtha and Kerry, it's not just that they aren't the comments they make, and Cindy Sheehan and Jersey Girls, aren't denounced by Democrats. They're also not denounced by Republicans, because all of them are human shields. We can't talk to Kerry or Murtha about war.
Let me actually get Laura on the show. Laura, the people who are so upset with Cindy Sheehan and the things she says, and the things that John Kerry said about troops terrorizing people, and all the things that conservatives get so upset about because liberals say them, are quiet. They're pipsqueaks when it comes to anything Ann Coulter says. Ann Coulter calls women who suffer tragedy harpies and witches, and nobody calls her on it.
Nobody calls me on it.
Among the people who are calling Cindy Sheehan on the stuff she said, nobody says a word about what Ann Coulter says. Among those people.
Because the Republicans just seem to fight their political rhetoric versus everyday reality. And the everyday reality is that this women did not seek their celebrity status. They are not trying to hang on to 15 minutes of fame.
They didn't seek to be celebrities.
Absolutely not. They willed their husbands to be attacked.
Did they just trip into that Vanity Fair photo?
Do you think for one second these women wouldn't give up whatever notoriety?
They just woke up one day and suddenly they're on the Today Show.
Please answer my question.
They didn't ask for that.
Hold on one second. Decaf next time. Do you think these women, for one second, decaf, please, calm down. Do you think for one second these women would not give up every piece of celebrity and notoriety they have to have their husbands back.
Oh, I don't know. At this point, to give up $2 million
to have their husbands back.
Oh my God!
They wouldn't do that to have their husbands back. They would not give. I want to be clear on this. They would not give this up to get their husbands back.
I don't know. Can't read into their hearts, but it isn't as obvious to me as it apparently is to you. They're
you don't think that?
And you never
You've got to be kidding me.
They're big celebrities.
Laura, you can respond to her because I can't deal with it.
Why can't I respond?
You just did.
Everyone keeps attacking me,
because it's
and I
so
can't
heartless.
respond
America
to it.
doesn't want to hear it.
Can you believe that?
That is absolutely ridiculous.
You don't think they want their husbands?
You don't think
they want their husbands back? By the way, in terms of exploiting a tragedy for political purposes, as you accuse these women of doing, using grief to make a political point, did John Walsh do that when he fights for legislation? He lost his son. Did Giuliani use 9/11 to promote a political career? Was Terry Schiavo used? Was the grief of her family used to promote a political point on the part of conservatives?
Can I now answer that, or is this just rhetorical and you're going to talk over me?
I'd rather talk, but go right ahead.
No, I'll take them one by one. With John Walsh, he alerted the public to a problem we didn't know existed. Everybody knew about 9/11. We didn't need to be told that America wasn't prepared for that.
We needed to be told how poorly we're doing in that regard.
Yeah, we needed to be told that Bush was responsible. John Walsh is a completely different case. An individual case where a crime is committed and America is not aware that there are these gaps in a system. And by the way, he pretty much just limited his comments to that. He didn't start talking about gay marriage. What was your second example?
Terry Schiavo. Was she not used for political gain?
No, the next one was Giuliani. He was mayor. I don't know what you're talking about, exploiting it.
He's not
he was a magnificent
9/11
mayor.
to promote his political career?
No, he hasn't had a political career.
Terry Schiavo was not used for political purposes?
What political career?
Terry Schiavo's tragedy was not used by Republicans for political purposes?
He hasn't run for anything again. And Terry Schiavo, what do you mean for political purposes? We were trying to keep a woman alive.
We got to run.
There's no comparison. This is the problem. You don't understand analogies.
Thanks for telling me my problem.
This is why they dropped analogies from the SATs.
I've been telling him for the longest time.
Don't get analogies.
He's been telling me for 10 years he hasn't gotten anywhere.
And good to see you. And appreciate your time. Thanks for being back with us.